Bisi is a quiet, loyal, soft-hearted girl, the kind of friend who would fight the whole world for the people she loves. She grew up with Chioma from childhood, same stream, school, same dreams. To be Chioma was more than a friend.
Chioma, the one on black. She's beautiful, smart, ambitious, always the bold one between them. She loved Bisi deeply, but secretly hated always being second best. Behind her smile lived pride, jealousy, and desperation.
Chioma, so you finally decided to come see me today? I know. I'm so sorry. Work has been crazy. Well, I'm just glad you're here now. Cheers. Cheers to that. I've missed this. So, what's up with you? I have good news, though. Guess. You know I'm not good at guessing. Just tell me already.
Chioma laughed and sat beside her dramatically. You remember Michael, right? At the mention of his name, Bisi's heart skipped quietly. Michael was one of their close friends, kind, successful, and charming. Unknown to Chioma, Bisi had secretly loved him for years. But she buried those feelings deeply, convincing herself that friendship mattered more. Chioma stretched out her hand, showing off a sparkling engagement ring. Michael proposed to me yesterday. For a brief second, Bisi froze. But she quickly forced a smile onto her face. Wow! Chioma! She stood up immediately and hugged her tightly. I'm so happy for you. Chioma laughed excitedly, talking non-stop about wedding plans, venues, and the future she could already imagine. But while she spoke, Bisi's smile slowly faded behind her eyes. That night, Bisi sat alone in her room, unable to sleep. The pain in her chest was unbearable. She kept replaying the moment over and over again. Michael had never looked at her the way he looked at Chioma. And somehow, that realization awakened something dark inside her, jealousy. As the wedding preparations continued, Bisi found it harder to pretend. Every bridal conversation felt like a wound. Every mention of Michael felt personal. And slowly, envy began to destroy the purity of her love for Chioma. One evening, while helping Chioma organize engagement photos at Michael's apartment, Bisi noticed his phone carelessly left on the table. She stared at it for several seconds. Then, driven by emotion rather than reason, she made a terrible decision. She picked up the phone and sent a message to an unknown contact. I miss you already. Last night meant everything to me. After sending it, she deleted traces of the conversation and quietly returned the phone to its place. The following morning, chaos erupted. Chioma arrived at Bisi's house in tears, holding Michael's phone tightly in her hand. Michael is cheating on me, she cried. Bisi pretended to be shocked. What? That doesn't make sense. Chioma showed her the message with trembling hands. Michael repeatedly denied knowing anything about it, but the evidence looked convincing. Arguments followed. Trust disappeared. Within days, the engagement collapsed completely. Bisi had succeeded. But instead of peace, guilt consumed her. She could barely look at herself anymore. Months later, while borrowing Bisi's laptop for work, Chioma accidentally discovered old screenshots connected to the fake message. Her heart sank instantly. That evening, she confronted Bisi. The room was painfully silent. Tears filled Chioma's eyes as she struggled to speak. Why would you do this to me? Bisi broke down immediately. I loved him too, she whispered. Chioma stared at her in disbelief. All those years, you smiled in my face while destroying my happiness behind my back. Bisi could not defend herself. The shame was overwhelming. Chioma wiped her tears slowly and stepped backward. You were the one person I trusted completely. Her voice cracked. And you betrayed me over a man. From that moment, the friendship they had built since childhood died quietly. Not because of hatred, but because some betrayals destroy trust beyond repair.